All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's I Quit My Band. We are back again for another episode. Follow us on, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Comment down below. Get the shirt in the description. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for podcast clips and comedy skits. Follow us on Patreon, $5 a month to become a quitter. You get bonus content every Sunday. We just watched The Decline of Western Civilization in 2 parts. Mm-hmm. And there's plenty of other fun stuff on
Has
there
that
as
been well received?
I don't know. I think
it was received well by me.
I liked it. Yeah.
I had a good time.
I had a good time doing it.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a funny documentary.
It is.
It's if you don't know much about 80s hair metal, then
you won't learn much.
You're not. You're gonna learn how disgusting it was.
Yeah. How gross the losers were of the era.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Before we get into anything tonight, we are gonna there's so much music coming out this year. It's actually it is the true. It's not even the season of the Chad. It is the full calendar year. Yeah, of the Chad.
It is fiscal Chad.
Fiscal Chad.
1 through 4, dude.
Yeah, we coined last year of the Chad, which I don't think
season of Chad.
Season of the Chad, which I don't think should be necessarily blanket like 2025. That was the season of the Chad, but ideally they're all seasons of the Chad. But this one has especially been bountiful.
I just can't it's been announcement after announcement. And I really thought this year was going to be kind of sparse and scarce when it started, but
we did review Alter Bridge.
We reviewed I
forgot about that.
Keep that in mind. We reviewed Alter Bridge.
We were scraping by for a month.
Yeah, that's what we did. But some of our favorite bands are releasing albums this year. Fontaines DC. A favorite on this channel, Dr. DC Fontaine,
as he's known around here,
as they're known around here
in these parts.
They announced an album today, and they put out a single today. The album is called Dopamine Chamber.
Cool name.
And they put out a song called Marianne. I feel like we are just dealing with a band that is unrecognizable from where what I know from when they started with Doggerel in 2019. Romance that came out, what was it, 2 years ago?
2 years ago. It was one of my favorites, actually.
It was one of my favorites, too. It was great album. They incorporated, it was indie rock, but incorporated, these electronic, vaporwave elements. Really neat sound. And then this, I feel kind of, to me, it felt like a leftover from that era, in a way.
Yeah, it definitely felt like we were picking up where we left off. To me, it felt like Romance was almost 80s post-punk and new wave with a cinematic tinge, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
This feels like instead of doing The Cure, we're doing Depeche Mode.
Yeah. There was a little Depeche Mode on that album, though, too.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little Depeche.
There's some Depeche.
To me, it definitely feels like a continuation of the vibe that they've been, they were in on Romance. I got into the band through Romance, so I wasn't really familiar with their vibe prior.
Yeah.
And I feel like Romance was a big success for them. I think they won some awards and shit and things like that. So I really was looking forward to whatever they were doing next, but it really just kind of allowed me to appreciate the age of our podcast at this point, because it was we reviewed that shit and we did it, and we're here again about to buckle up for another one.
We're back again. It feels like no time has passed.
Yes, truly.
Well, and it makes sense to me that they didn't go too far from the sound, because it was successful. It was a big change from Skintifia, and then you said, it was very successful. They entered the mainstream basically, or pretty close to it, as close to the mainstream as a rock band can get, basically.
Right, unless you're Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
And
I think the same guy, I forget if it's James Ford or one of the big producers that worked on the last one, I think, is working on this one as well.
I don't know.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it is they went from this scroungy Irish indie band with a singer who really didn't have much of a voice, to on Romance, this kind of 90s futuristic, kind of like you said, The Cure almost. And now, yeah, like this song is like very dramatic. Grian Shatton, I think his name is.
Yeah.
His voice on this one, like it felt like he doesn't do much with melody. He's not ever like singing. He's mostly just yeah, it's like very monotone.
Yeah.
And this felt like they kind of Kevin Parkered him a little bit, where it was like, they kind of turned his voice a bit into a synthesizer, at least at the start of the song. It got a little bit.
Fucking stock.
I'm not trying to say stock.
Oh,
I'm just trying to say.
Oh, we caught that over there, Lars.
Lars, come on. I don't think it's stock, but I do think that like it was reminding me of that, where it was like his voice is like felt very kind of washed away in the mix a bit, like it wasn't up front, like even probably less up front than it was on Romance. Did you guys get that vibe?
A little bit. I mean, he was a pretty memorable part of Romance, I would say, because like in it, like you said, it wasn't for him singing something particularly dynamic, or maybe not dynamic's the right word, but like melodic. But I forget the song where he like gasps really hard. It's like
Starburster.
Yeah, Starburster. It's like there's moments like that in those songs from Romance that are like, I still remember that, and there's little hints of that here too, but definitely it feels like they're trying to be even more movie trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Which I like, but may not be for everybody. I don't know.
No, I dig it. I think I know what you're saying with Grian's voice. I do think he's gotten a lot more melodic.
On Romance, I thought he was like way more melodic.
For sure. Comparing it to like even stuff on Skin Fia, where you started to hear that, but like Jackie Down the Line is like a great post-punk, just I'm talking.
Yeah.
Kind of vocal.
That's what he was. That's what he did. He was a talker.
I'm a talker
I'm
guy.
a talker.
I'm a Tolka.
And then Starburster, he rapped, which was
he
sick.
rapped.
Yeah.
But the thing that hit me with this was I just felt like the verses were very sparse. Like he would just hit like 2 or 3 notes, like a little melody. I found the chorus hook like very effective.
Yeah.
But it felt like those verses were a little more sparse than I would have liked.
Yeah.
Especially when you know that he's good at like stringing those like more wordy sections together. But I do like the vibe. Like I really like that like driving synth that's like sitting in the bass.
Yeah.
It feels even more than Depeche Mode. There's like a little Tears for Fears too.
Yeah, dude.
Which I kind of like.
Love Tears for Fears. I like the vibe that they're going with. It is just like I didn't. I guess when I first heard Fontaines DC with Dog Roll back in the day, like I just never expected this band to be like the band that brings back, that like 80s synth wave, like that gothic, sad synth wave type of thing. But they're doing such a good job of making, like you said, like movie trailer songs, like big dramatic hooks, lots like maximalist production. I just watched the movie Vanilla Sky the other night for the first time.
Did that come out in 2007?
2001,
Oh,
actually.
Shit.
It's Cameron Crowe joint.
It's a sick movie that I never had seen before. It's weird as hell. And there's like a scene at the end where there's just like there's like a million songs that play at the end that are all like sad, and like that was like Vanilla Sky and this song. Me watching it for the first time and this song coming out at the same time, I was like, that would have been great in Vanilla Sky.
Yeah,
My
they kind of
life
missed
is a
the
movie.
boat.
We kind of
Not
missed
having
the
this
boat.
25 years ago.
Could have
been a
this
Vanilla
song
Sky.
in Vanilla Sky.
Yeah. That's cool. What hooked me on, like, because prior to Romance, like I said, I'd never listened to them before, and I'll probably go into this more when we inevitably review the record comes out in October or something like that. Yeah,
Maybe?
something like that.
Yeah. I can't
Sounds right.
remember.
Whatever.
Yeah. Let me look that up.
The Chad tracker is very dense at the moment for us, so but
October 16th.
there you go. And but with this, like, if they're continuing on with their current vibe, I'm curious what they're gonna try to accomplish, because Romance was so comprehensive.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to top that because it was one of my favorites.
And I did really like this track, but the first 2 singles off of Romance were Starburster and Favorite.
Yeah.
And those are like
all timers.
Yeah. So it's like already it feels like if this is the song that we're leading with, it's not bad, but it didn't reach the heights of either of those two.
Totally.
So it just feels like this could be, it'll probably be a good record, but it might lean into like the continuation of something, like they might be trying to recreate what they did on Romance because it was so successful for them. Because like even the album cover of this Dopamine Chamber, like it even almost like looks like
it's
colors,
a similar aesthetic. Yeah.
Like if they were to put out like a B-sides and rarities of the Romance era, like I could see this being, you know, the cover and maybe the first song from it. Even though it's a pretty strong track, I'm just like, I'm worried that we're going to get something that's like, yeah, these are just, you know,
more romance.
This is more
romance. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I also am an album art guy.
Yeah,
you know?
You can tell a lot about the album art.
You certainly
Buy
can.
the album art.
You certainly can. And, but, you know, I think it also says something to the fact that, you know, they didn't put out a record that long ago, and they're a big enough band where they're kind of a bit beholden to the record promotion cycle or whatever. And, you know, bands like that put one out and then, like, go away for a while or whatever. That wasn't that long ago. That was like 18 months ago or something like
really
that.
Wasn't that long ago.
So I don't know. You know, maybe they're just continuing on with their current trajectory and not taking more time off to completely pivot or whatever.
If we do get more romance, I hope there's more songs like Death Kink on there.
Oh, yes.
Because that was sick. That they were like able to mix the atmospherics with a bit more of like the rocking punkiness.
Yeah. I liked
I listened
to
Romance again today, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, I need to give that
so
another spin.
Motorcycle Boy's good.
I liked Motorcycle Boy a lot. Bug, I remember, was very good.
The opening track is so righteous, too. That's what kind of hooked me.
Desire is such a sick song.
Yeah.
Honestly, just a great set of songs that could have been in Vanilla Sky.
really, now that I think about it,
they all could have been just fit nicely in Vanilla Sky.
This is where you hear an interview with Grant, and he's like, "Yeah, so basically, we're trying to create enough songs that you can listen to them during all of Vanilla Sky."
You know how they did that with the Wizard of Oz and Pink Floyd?
We're kind of
trying to do that with the Cameron Crowe movie Vanilla Sky.
Dude's just like getting high at planetariums. Just like, fire up Vanilla Sky, dude.
Should make an album about this. Fucking rules.
When Tom Cruise is in Times Square, that's as soon as fucking Motorcycle Boy hits.
He's wearing that fucking weird mask the whole time. That's fucked up. That's crazy. We should do this.
I have a feeling that if the pod started like 2 or 3 years earlier, that DC Fontaines DC would have been a You Oughta Blow artist.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Because we saw them live. Like me and him were
Did
like,
you?
Yeah, we were pumped for Romance.
They're too big to be You Oughta Blow. They're getting blown.
They were probably You Oughta Blow level in like 2018.
Okay, all right, way before our time.
Way before our time.
Because I think when we saw them, they opened for Idols, and we only caught like a little bit of their set, but they were, I think that was on Dog Roll.
It was Dog Roll.
Because that would have been Joy for Idols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember it was Boys in the Better Land was like their big song.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I think it's an okay track.
We're looking forward to it.
We're looking forward to it, obviously. We're going to cover it on the channel, obviously.
Yeah.
If you want to send it to us early,
we'll see if we can get it early.
That would be cool.
I would love to get it early.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you let us know what you thought of the track. If you're a Fontaines DC fan, comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Get the shirt in the description. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for podcast clips and comedy skits. And subscribe on Patreon, $5 a month to become a quitter. Bonus episodes every Sunday. We'll see you in the next review. Goodbye.